global energy experts and policymakers gathered in Berlin for the 10th Berlin Energy Dialogue. The Astana Times attended the event to gain insights from experts on global renewable energy strategies.
Kazakhstan's delegation, headed by Vice Minister of Energy Sungat Yesimkhanov, participated in the Sustainability Standards in Green Hydrogen panel session, addressing Kazakhstan's role in green hydrogen development.
Thank you very much for inviting me to this BUTD. So I'd like to start by giving you some figures to show you the development of the past 10 years. We are developing the renewable sector very clearly. So renewables account for 13% of our energy mix. That includes hydropower, but I'd like to give you some more figures. We have 115 megawatt hours. That's been our electricity use. We have 300 megawatts from wind power, and we want to continue to develop this issue and green hydrogen in particular. So our country has adopted a strategy on this, and by 2060 we want to reach net zero. And green hydrogen is the most important building block in this. We also want to adopt a concept for the development of the hydrogen sector, and our German colleagues will help us with this. We are also very grateful for this. Of course, we're aware that our country is not a large consumer of energy, but this makes exports all the more interesting. Decarbonization of the steel sector is, of course, important for us, but we also need exports. And transport in this context is very important. We are in Central Asia, and we haven't made as much progress as the colleagues in Namibia have made. We're doing the first step right now. We've started to work with a German company. We want to produce up to 2 million tons of green hydrogen during this first phase. Water is an important question for us as well, because we want to use desalination at the Caspian Sea in order to be able to produce hydrogen there. And this is not only about exporting hydrogen, it's also about green production that we could use in agriculture, where fertilizers are concerned, for instance. So this is the cooperation we are aiming for within Germany and the European Union, and we hope that you will support us to become leading in this field.
Kazakhstan is investing heavily in clean energy projects and has announced several initiatives to achieve net zero emissions by 2060. One of them is the development of Eurasia 1 project, a green hydrogen production complex in western Kazakhstan. According to Francesco Lacamera, Director General of International Renewable Energy Agency, developing countries, including those in Central Asia, can invest in the green hydrogen production while monitoring the market dynamics.
But we think that in this particular period, investing in green hydrogen or blue hydrogen is okay. This allows also countries with reserve of gas to use the gas with CCS to produce hydrogen. From my point of view, this is not something bad, especially in the transitional period. But the fact is that today we have not enough demand for hydrogen because it's a little bit more expensive than others. The price is decreasing, but still a little bit more expensive. So we need policies that make it possible to create a market, because if there is no market, so if there is no off-taker, investment will not come.
Fatih Birol, Executive Director of the International Energy Agency, supported the idea that developing countries should find ways to diversify their economies while transitioning to clean energy.
There are many countries whose economies are indexed to oil and gas sector, oil and gas revenues. If I were them, I would start to diversify my economy, because clean energy transition is happening, and happening fast. Very soon we will see, very soon meaning in the 5-10 years of time, which is very short for the energy sector, the need for oil and gas will not be as strong as today. So therefore, not only the amount of oil and gas demanded will be less, but there will be downward pressure on their prices. Therefore, the revenues for these countries, and those countries, in my view, it can be Kazakhstan, it can be some Middle East countries, some African countries, who index their economies just to the oil and gas revenues. It is, in my view, a risky business.
A key takeaway from the conference was the need for advanced economies to allocate substantial investments towards clean energy solutions in developing nations. And that's an urgency that cannot be delayed.